All right, the moment you've been waiting for. It's time to talk backup. Wait, do I hear some groans? Well, you're probably groaning for good reason. Backup is the one part of building a data strategy that everyone loves to hate, because it's probably the least strategic spend in your IT budget. Well, today, we're going to show you a new vision for how Flash and cloud can modernize backup and finally make backup valuable to your business. A decade ago, backup was revolutionized by disk. Actually, disk plus deduplication plus replication, a model that the industry called disk to tape. But if we're honest with ourselves, the backup process didn't change much. It just got a little bit more efficient. The central protagonist in this story were these: backup appliances. How many of you have deployed one of these guys? Backup appliances have helped modernize backup a lot, but they have one glaring Achilles heel: restore speed. Most backup appliances restore about 10 times slower than they back up. Think about that. You don't back up for fun. You back up because when it matters most, you need to restore. In fact, that's the whole purpose of a backup appliance. They should have really been called restore appliances. So you see, the name is backwards, and really, the whole design is backwards. As databases grow and SLA penalties get more onerous, it's restore speed that matters. Enter Flash. With Flash prices continuing to drop and QLC Flash right around the corner, we believe the time is now for backing up to Flash and, more importantly, restoring from Flash. Now you might be thinking, back up to Flash? That's crazy. Well, crazy is what people called us 9 years ago when we started Pure and built the first all-flash array. Who's crazy now? Backup to Flash is coming. We're going to make it very, very real. And by coupling low-cost Flash with data reduction, we can get great economics and great restore performance. Forget disk to disk. The future is Flash to Flash. Now let's talk about the next piece of the backup problem. Large amounts of data need to be stored off-site for retention and compliance, and today, that's still mostly done with tape. We can talk about how tape is fragile and slow, but the real failure of tape is that your data is locked offline somewhere, providing no value to your company. We believe the answer to finally replace tape is low-cost cloud object storage, like Amazon S3. Object storage is more durable, 11 nines of durability. It's already off-site and internally replicated multiple times, and best of all, it's connected to cloud services. If you can get your backup data to the cloud, then you can start to think about how to reuse your data for migration, dev test, analytics, you name it. But it's not all roses. There are challenges. How do I get data there? How do I get my backup applications to speak object? And how do I do it all cost-effectively? At Pure, we believe Flash plus cloud can come together into a beautiful picture, one that should be the new vision for the data protection industry. Flash to cloud. Today, we've got not only the vision, but we'll show you the products that will take you there. So let's stop talking about it and show you. I'd like to invite Chad Monteith to the stage. Hey, Chad.
Thanks.
Chad's a solutions architect for us, and he knows a thing or two about backup, and a thing or 3 or 10 or 20 about object storage.
Thank you, Amy. I'm excited to talk to you here today about how we can use Flash and the cloud to make fast recoveries happen.
All right. So to kick things off, let's look at how we can deliver Flash to cloud natively for Pure Storage arrays. When you buy Pure Storage, data protection should be a seamless part of the experience. So the second new cloud data service we're announcing today is CloudSnap for AWS.
CloudSnap pairs simple-to-manage cloud protection with fast on-site recovery, and it's all built right into Flash Array. It's already easy to take snapshots locally on Flash Array and to replicate them between Flash arrays. But what if you want to consolidate all of your snapshots into a dedicated on-premise recovery platform? One that restores way faster than the disk-based appliances of today. Luckily, we already have a solution: FlashBlade.
We, of course, built FlashBlade as a next-gen data hub to power unstructured workloads like modern analytics and AI. But a funny thing happened as we launched the product. We found a lot of people started buying it for backup and fast recovery. And if you think about it, that makes sense. FlashBlade is a high-performance, scale-out storage device, and its parallel I/O nature makes restore performance scream. Remember what we said earlier about how most backup appliances restore 10 times slower than they back up? Well, FlashBlade is the opposite. It restores faster than it backs up to about 250 terabytes an hour.
The first part of the flash to cloud journey is to allow flash array snapshots to be easily backed up to FlashBlade, where they can be persisted and used for rapid recovery. To make this happen, we invented a new snapshot type called a portable snapshot, where snapshot metadata is encapsulated into the snapshot. Now, it can live anywhere. This allows us to move it to FlashBlade while keeping its intelligence and data reduction intact. What we have set up here is a flash array that's backing up a 2 terabyte Oracle database to FlashBlade. And as you can see, you can copy a flash array snapshot to FlashBlade just like any other replication target, all from within the GUI. And since the transport is incremental and optimized, it happens like that.
So what about recovery?
Recovery is just as simple. Just browse to the snap you want, click Recover, and it gets brought back to FlashArray at the speed of Flash. And data movement is intelligent. We analyze what blocks are missing and only transmit the incremental data. This 2 terabyte database was recovered in just under 2 minutes. Try doing that with your typical backup appliance.
Seriously, once you experience recovery from Flash, you'll never go back to disk. But this new feature is called Cloud Snap.
Yes, let's talk about the cloud. Because our snapshots are portable and optimized, they can quickly and cost-effectively be moved to the cloud. In this case, to Amazon's S3 object storage. Getting started with CloudSnap is simple in our GUI. You create a protection group, assign your volumes, choose your cloud targets, set your retention policy, and enable it. Bringing up our Amazon console, you can see that the snapshot has been copied to the cloud, fast and optimized. It's really easy. There are no cloud gateways or additional software or hardware. And away our snapshot goes into the cloud, all built into Purity. So how do we manage these snapshots? We showed you policies earlier, policies that can easily control local, replicated, and cloud-based snapshots. Let's take a look at our new Pure One snapshot catalog, where you can get a centralized view of where all of your snapshots reside. You can monitor for compliance and know exactly what options you have when you need to recover.
But what about recovery? How do I get the data back from the cloud?
In most situations, you would first recover from a snapshot on-premise. However, if you need to recover from the cloud, you can do that as well. Reading the data back to an on-premise can be faster than you think, especially if your data center has AWS Direct Connect. But the more exciting option is that you'll be able to recover into the cloud. Think about the potential here with Pure's coming Cloud Block Store. CloudSnap data in AWS will be recoverable into the Cloud Block Store running in AWS. Now our data is not just backed up into the cloud, but it's fully usable in the cloud. This can be used for cloud migration, disaster recovery, or a wide range of new use cases, especially when it's paired with the hundreds of AWS data and compute services that are available.
That is awesome. Built-in flash-to-cloud data protection with CloudSnap that opens up new avenues of value for your backup data. But Chad, as much as we wish all data lived on Pure Flash arrays, it doesn't. Yet. So in the meantime, how do we handle the rest of the data universe?
Well, that's why Pure acquired us.
Exactly. Chad here is actually from a company that Pure recently acquired called StorReduce, who created a cloud technology we're incredibly excited about. The StorReduce team thought about the cloud backup problem from an entirely different angle, the cloud angle. They built a software stack that was designed to enable transport and storage of large amounts of backup data to the cloud. We're busy taking the StorReduce technology and building it into a new Pure product, and we're excited to give you a preview of that today. Chad, tell us what StorReduce is and how it works.
StorReduce is a scale-out software built with the properties of the cloud that allows for the cost-effective utilization of object storage, such as Amazon S3. It adds capabilities like deduplication, compression, and replication to cloud object storage platforms. One of the key use cases it enables is backup to the cloud. With StorReduce's scale-out architecture, it will scale to very large data sets. Think hundreds of petabytes across a single global namespace. And because StoryDeuce is software, it can run both in cloud and on-premise, enabling the creation of a global object namespace for backup data.
We are really excited about this. And today, we're giving you a quick preview of how StoryDeuce enables flash to cloud for any data in your data center. Chad, show us StoryDeuce in action.
Here I'm running one of the most widely deployed enterprise backup applications, NetBackup. This workflow will also work with Commvault, Veeam, or any other backup software that supports writing to object storage. First, we're backing up through StoryDeuce to an on-premise FlashBlade for rapid recovery. We can then immediately copy the data to Amazon S3 for low-cost retention. NetBackup has been configured to write hundreds of concurrent threads to StoryDeuce via the NetBackup Cloud Connector. We are demonstrating a data set with a 10-to-1 or 90% data reduction ratio, and NetBackup is fully saturating all three of our media servers. Here we have a small StoryDeuce deployment, also just 3 nodes, and it's easily able to handle the full load from NetBackup, all while performing inline deduplication and compression. As this backup data is being written to FlashBlade, it is also being immediately replicated to Amazon S3. And using a policy, you can set how much data is retained on-premise in FlashBlade while keeping all of your data in the cloud. You have complete control. Looking at our AWS console, you can see that the data has made it into the cloud. And because StoryDeuce was built based upon the scale-out properties of the cloud, you can grow your throughput rate as high as you need to, simply by adding nodes. And compared to a traditional backup appliance, which can push maybe tens of terabytes per hour, StoryDeuce can be easily scaled north of hundreds of terabytes per hour.
Wow, hundreds of terabytes an hour. And instead of pointing at traditional backup appliances, StoryDeuce lets me leverage an all-flash recovery appliance and be replicated to the cloud without having to change any of my existing backup processes.
Exactly. So now that the data's on FlashBlade and it's in the cloud, let's see what a fast recovery looks like. Here we are restoring a database from FlashBlade through StoryDeuce. And as you can see, recovering an Oracle database is really fast.
But what about recovering from the cloud?
As we said earlier, you'll probably also be surprised at how fast cloud recovery is. Amazon S3 is a highly parallel architecture, which is also how StoryDeuce was designed. If you have a reasonable amount of bandwidth available, or even a direct connect, restoring from the cloud is completely viable. Our restore from the public cloud here is closely matching our shared public internet connections capability. Restoring with StoryDeuce from public cloud will utilize all of the bandwidth made available to it.
And what about recovering into the cloud itself?
Absolutely. Since StoryDeuce runs in the cloud, you can leverage the cloud edition of your backup software to recover wholly within the cloud. You will be able to restore your data to Pure's Cloud Block Store or to your favorite Amazon data service.
What we're talking about here is a new life for backup data, retaining it safely and cost-effectively in the cloud while opening up new avenues for using backup data. StoryDeuce, CloudSnap, and Cloud Block Store work together to deliver a full flash-to-cloud architecture for data stored on both Pure and heterogeneous arrays. At Pure, we're really excited about the flash-to-cloud future, and the best part, you don't have to change everything overnight. Your existing flash arrays can start protecting themselves with FlashBlade and the Amazon cloud today. Our first StoryDeuce products leveraging FlashBlade will ship early next year. You'll be able to plug them right into your existing backup infrastructure to add both rapid recovery and cloud protection. And we're willing to bet that this new model will save you money over the legacy disk-to-tape model. Flash to cloud, a new vision for data protection coming soon to a data center near you.